G'day folks, as you can probably already tell, today I'm going kayak fishing. I'm going trolling for yellowbelly at Lake Nilakudi, and I've got a secret new weapon. Hey you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. Now today is strictly trolling only. I haven't got any rods to cast, plastics or lures around. I've got no bait rods and no bait. I've just got my Baitcaster, my light to medium Baitcaster rod and reel combo with a selection of lures that I normally use for this sort of fishing. I've also got a new lure to add to the arsenal. Have a look at this. That is the new Old Mate lure. That's the smaller version of the very popular Old Mate lure that I use for Murray cod fishing in summer. They've come out in a smaller, I think it might be 55mm, but I could be wrong. But it's a small 10-foot model anyway, ideal for redfin and yellowbelly, and there's a few awesome new colours, and I'll have links in the video description below to where you can buy these. And this is the first time I've used them, and I'm looking forward to giving them a crack. So let's troll a brand new fluoro coloured Old Mate at Lake Nilakudi, see if we can pick up a yellowbelly. Right, now this is supposed to dive to about 10 foot. How does that look? Oh, look at that. Just got a nice strong action. Very good. I reckon where I am here now isn't all that deep, so I'll just start off with a little bit of line out, and then if I find my lure dragging the bottom, I'll move out a bit deeper. Now I'm going to be trolling almost identical to what I was doing up at Lake Hume recently, where I was just watching my line to see, watching my rod to see whether the lure was hitting the bottom or not. I want it to be just above the bottom. Now it's currently 5 to 4. I won't be too disheartened if I don't catch any fish in the next 3 hours. In the past, trawling over here at Lake Nilakudi, I found it slow in the afternoon, and then it's just gone bang and it's gone nuts right on sunset. Right, now this little Old Mate is certainly getting down deep enough to troll yellowbelly at Lake Nilakudi, because if you look how far out I am from the bank, most people are casting in about this zone from the bank, and they're all catching fish. There's a lot of fish being caught off the bank at the moment, and they're all about this far from the bank. And so it's hitting the bottom there now, so it's certainly a more than capable lure. It swims well and it gets down to the right depth. Now we just have to find a hungry yellowbelly with it. I've been stopped there for about a quarter of an hour. I got out and I had a stretch, had a few grapes, some Pepsi Max, changed my GoPro battery, just had a stretch. I'm just about to get started again. I looked over there and I can see something red, and I swear it's got eyes. I reckon that's a lure. Let's hone in on it. What have we got? Looks like a red and black orgy. Hooks are a bit rusted. Needs a bit of an need to upgrade the hooks, and she's good to go. I'll just throw that in. I'll give it a wash, and I'll just throw it in the back of the kayak here, get it out later. I've been here for about a quarter of an hour just having a stretch, and I was just about to start fishing again, and I just saw it in the grass there. Now I'm going to change colours. I really like that colour, but it's not working today. Whether the fish just aren't biting or whether it's the wrong colour is anyone's guess. So I'm going to go with a colour that's done really well for me over the years on the Murray cod, and that's this pink and purple one. If I can get it on. Okay, probably not in a very good angle here facing into the sun. The full-sized Old Mate in this colour, the full-sized Old Mate in this purple and pink colour has done very well for me, so I'm going to try the mini Old Mate in the same colour and see how that goes. I do really like this colour though. Well folks, I've got one. The first one is not very big. It's 20 past 6. I'll tell you in a minute how long it's taken me and how far I've paddled, but it's about 6 or 7 kilometres. What have we got? A little yellowbelly. I was going to get the landing net, but I don't think I need to. He's not very large. Well, my first fish on the new mini Old Mate lure, and it's a typically small Lake Nilakudi yellowbelly. Probably around about 25 centimetres, I reckon. Lake Nillikooty yellowbelly. See you later, mate. Now let me have a look at a couple of stats. Remember when I first got here I said I won't be disheartened if I don't catch a fish all afternoon until sunset? Well, I have paddled 6.53 kilometres and it's taken me 2.5 hours. I did get out and have a stretch for 10 or 15 minutes before, but I've trawled for 6.5 kilometres and I'm on the board. Right, I'm hoping that's the start of a bite window. Although last year over here, the bite window didn't open until 7 PM. That was about this same time last year, mid to late October. The current date is the 20th of October and it's 25 past 6. So this time last year it was 7 o'clock that they just started. God, got him straight on. That one hit a bit harder. This one's a bigger fish. Have I got a legal? Have I got a legal? Doesn't feel huge, but it does feel bigger. Oh, he's coming around in circles. No, about the same size. Actually might even be smaller. You always got to be careful when you're dealing with treble hooks, because if the fish kicks, they can dig the hooks into your finger. There we go, folks. Another lovely little Lake Nillikooty yellowbelly within about 2 minutes of the other one. You beauty. I'll throw him back in the drink while I put my GoPro back up on my head, and then I'll unhook him. Hopefully he'll unhook himself, but it's not looking like that's going to happen. He hit harder than the other one, and he felt heavier, but if anything he's probably smaller. Pink and purple old mate. Now I went for 2.5 hours and 6.5 kilometres for nothing, and then went bang bang. See, mate, come on, done a little jump, you see that?
See, mate, come on.
Righto, now just using the exact same tips that I gave you in a recent redfin kayak fishing video at Lake Hume, I've caught 2 yellowbelly. Just trying to keep my lure just off the bottom. If it doesn't touch the bottom from time to time, going a bit closer to the bank. If it's dredging the bottom, it's going, then I'm in too shallow and I want to go out a bit deeper. The idea is to keep the lure just off the bottom. Right, I've just got out of the boat. It is 10 to 7. I've got out for a stretch. Everything's looking good. Kayaking is very bad for people with a bad back like me. I've got a bad back from years of hard work, factory work. And kayaking is not good for people with a bad back. So I make a point to get out every hour or so and just have a stretch, change my GoPro battery, have a bit of a stretch, have something to nibble on or something to drink and just sort of freshen up a little bit. Right, now I'm back in the yak after stretching my back and I'm about to have a crack at making the yellowbelly attack. I've got about, I reckon, at the most, an hour to build on my tally of 2. Check out that sun halo. See the big ring around the outsides of the sun? How cool is that? It's got a sun halo. Something big keeps coming out of the water here. It's got to be a big carp. Must have seen me coming because it stopped. Big carp just eating all these bugs on the water. Got him. Yep, still got him. Well, this one might be a bigger one. Then again, I said that last time and it wasn't. Feels like it's got a bit more weight in it. If I reckon if this is a legal yellow, it's going in the esky. I don't know, it's coming around in circles a bit now. What have I got? He's a bit bigger than the last two, but he's still no monster. That is yellowbelly number 3 on the new mini old mate. Purple's getting the job done. He'd be up around 28, I reckon. 28, maybe 29. I don't think he's legal. If he is, he's not big enough for my liking. So anyway, I'll put my camera back on my head and I'll get him unhooked, get him back in the drink. I'll get him unhooked and say, see you later, mate, because that's what I say to just about every fish that I throw back in. See you later, yellowbelly. Get on, yellowbelly. If you like metal detecting, check out my friend's channel. It's called Cointector. Cointector says get on. If he was here now, he'd say get on, old mate. Champion fella. Now for the GoPro users out there, I've just switched to wide angle because linear, when I use linear, I like it with auto, with horizon leveling, but the image quality turns to poo with the horizon leveling turned on in low light. So if I'm going to turn the horizon leveling off, I end up with a crooked horizon. So I've gone to wide angle because it's a bit more forgiving when the sides sort of distort, if that makes sense. And also I'm filming at 1080p today, which is standard or full high definition. I like to film in 4K, but the problem is I'm filming long videos at the moment to try and capture the strikes. When I film in 4K, the camera's normally not rolling until I get a hit, then I reach up and I push go, and you don't get to see the strike. But I can't just leave it continually filming in 4K because that chews up memory cards, chews through batteries, and makes epically huge files that are very hard to edit. So I'm shooting in 1080 so that I can have big long files and edit them with ease. Well folks, I'm packing up. I've paddled over 10 kilometres and I've fished for over 4 hours and I've trolled up 3 little yellowbelly. The fishing hasn't been red hot, but 3 yellowbelly beats no yellowbelly every time. I'm happy with that result, and I'm also very happy with the performance of the little mini old mate. I'm not surprised that it swims so well, because the old mate lures that I use for Murray cod fish very well, and swim very well, and that's exactly the same. They swim well, they catch fish. I'm a big fan and I'm looking forward to using them again. Alright folks, thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed my Lake Nillucuti trolling adventure. If you have, why not give it a big fat thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video.